Alright, hello everybody. I'm here today to answer whether or not the ELC EVEN 90 is worth picking up if you're looking for a new Tier 8 Premium Light Tank. Also, if you already have it, I'm going to be going over a couple games I played in it today, walk you through my philosophy on how to play this tank. For starters, I should absolutely point out that I am in no way a light tank main. Primarily bring this out when I'm looking to break up what I normally play, have some fun. Also like switching up my playstyle from time to time. Not only is it important to understand how to play what you primarily do, but it's equally as important to understand the roles you don't. If you aren't already familiar with this tank, it's a Tier 8 French auto-loading light tank, sporting a 90 mil that does 220 average damage. With decent pen, it's got 175 on the standard and 215 on the premium. It's got a 3-round clip, 2.5 second interclip, and a 30-second reload. It's got some mediocre gun handling as well, but the gun isn't what makes this thing special. What makes this tank enjoy to play is its excellent maneuverability, tiny frame, and to my knowledge, the best camo rating in the game. Makes it an amazing active light tank, as well as a passive light tank, and in the right situation, has some assassin-esque qualities to it, just like the Barask does. I generally run this tank with commander vision, low noise, and optics to try to squeeze out the best potential for spotting that I can get out of this thing. Once you get field mods, you can certainly set up a second page. You can put on some vents, first stab, and whatever else you want to do to try to maximize the gun handling if you're in a situation that you're really not going to be able to do too much lighting, but unfortunately I haven't unlocked those yet. Or I haven't pursued them yet, I should say. But anyway, I've got 2 games coming up where I'll showcase just how great this thing is as a scout, how lethal the gun can be when you find yourself in the right position to do damage. And without further ado, here those are. Alright, so this first game I got for you, it really highlights the spotting aspects of this tank. So I see that we are on a highway, based on the team comp, a decent amount of TDs, decent amount of mediums. Not really going to be able to do a whole lot on the east side of the map. I could potentially go for a spotting run up here, like the heavies, but I don't really view that as too important right now because the heavies are going to get lit anyway. It just kind of is what it is. So I decided to go to the west side of the map and play over here and see if I can make anything happen. So I come down, try to get in one of these bushes, keep the Barask permalit, end up lighting the Caliban. I got lit. I assume it was by that CS. He found me in like one of the why can't I think of words? Good lord. One of the breaks in the bushes and was able to spot me right there. Should be noted, I definitely don't have the best crew for this. I don't even think I have 100% camo. Like I said, wasn't a huge light tank player, so perhaps if you have a better crew than me, that wouldn't happen to you. But ended up getting lit, flushed out of there. Picked up a little bit of spotting, but I also took some damage, which not the best thing in the world when you are playing a tank with 900 HP. But oh well. I was going to go down and click out that ELC. However, he's dead, so I'm not to worry about it. On top of that, I feel pretty free reign to pretty much go where I want right now. I'm driving low-key in the open. That CS doesn't even see me. That's the camo rating that you can expect out of this tank. So I pop into one of these bushes, trying to spot the TDs, as well as the Barask. I end up lighting a couple TDs and get the Barask permalit right now. So now I'm just pinging the tanks, trying to get my teammates to shoot at them, so that they can farm up and take these guys out of the game, and we can win this flank. Looking over the side, make sure they're not getting on to me a little bit and start blind firing where I am. Otherwise I'll have to move out because can't really take a whole lot of shots, especially from that Caliban. He could really ruin my day if he wanted to. But with the view range I have, as well as the camo I have, I'm able to spot these guys. Barask getting pretty close, not getting lit whatsoever. and basically just waiting for teammates to take these guys out. Brass pushing out into the open, he dies for it. That M4 still out in the open for whatever reason. I'm not sure what he was thinking, but more power to you, I guess. I believe he ended up getting away on the 300 HP too. Yeah, nobody was able to put a shot into him. And at this point, I'm just waiting. Don't really want to move and try to make a play on those guys just yet because they've got too much HP for me to deal with them until that CS takes a hit. Given how tiny this tank is, I feel comfortable just running into this position because that M4 and that TVP are going to have a hard time hitting me at this range, especially as long as I keep moving. See the Caliban, auto aim. Put 2 rounds in him, made sure that I aim the second one and get the kill on him. And then I get tracked from behind by that TVP. My own fault. I shouldn't have lost speed there. Obviously I want to get the kill shot on him, but not worth sacking my tank over. Oh well. I start driving away. As you can see, just the small frame of this tank as well as the speed. These guys are having an impossible time hitting me. I light that TVP and he gets destroyed in just a couple seconds. I get lit again. That makes me think that that T28 is right next to where that TVP was. He just didn't get lit for whatever reason. So I pop over here. I'm able to light him as well as the M4. I see that the T28 isn't looking at me. See that the M4 is. M4 is dead though. Now he's looking at me. Because this tank's so tiny, I feel good just taking that little peek up. See he's not aiming at me. Put 2 rounds into him. Now he is. I'm not going to risk it right now and sack my tank. Well, it's still a pretty close game. See he looks away from me. I shoot. Don't know exactly where that one went, but that just goes to show gun cannot be relied upon too much, especially in tense situations. You're really going to want to try to be an active scout. Alright, so at this point, I see my guys are moving towards their cap. I got to try to be in as good of a position as possible to try to get them some vision, figure out where these guys from City are going to be coming from. I was kind of in decision mode right now. Like I said, not being a light tank player, didn't know the best place to go. Ended up settling on this little bush right here. No idea how good it is, to be completely honest with you. But figured I'd try it out. See the Progetto, and both the Progettos, excuse me, got spotted in that right-hand corner. Go and reset cap. I initially started driving over to them thinking I was going to do anything. Then thought better of it because we still have a G-SOAR and the Carnarvon, excuse me, haven't been lit yet. Didn't want to get myself killed for something stupid. See the G-SOAR, he lights me. So at this point, I get a little spooked because I still don't know where that Carnarvon is. And like I said, last thing I want to do is die right now. But we get him lit. He's headed over to base and he's low HP. I decide I'm going to go over there, kill the offside so we don't have to worry about it. But while I'm headed over there, the boys end up taking him out. So at this point, I made a little bit of a misplay. I thought my camo was going to save me right there. Unfortunately, you can only get lucky so many times. G-SOAR spots me, takes me out. But fortunately, we were able to win this game. I don't remember, or unfortunately, I always forget to take pictures of the post-game stats, but I ended up hitting a couple blind shots somehow in this game. Don't remember exactly how, but I finished off with, I think it was like 1,300 damage, and then we can go back a little bit. Ended up getting 4,200 spotting, 4,500, somewhere around there. Alright, so the second game I have for you is going to be on Glacier. I'm looking at the team comp. They've got 2 lights. I decide screw it. I'm fast enough to get up on the perch on the northwest corner of the map. I see the LT-432s coming with me. Makes me a bit more comfortable because this thing, unfortunately, even if I hit all 3 shots on their LT-432, I'm not going to be able to kill him. He'll end up getting me, but if he's going to come with me, I'll be fine. I'm not super concerned about driving up here because I know that any tank in their game, even if they do get in position, is not going to be able to hit me just because of how fast I'm going and how tiny I am. LT challenges me to the hill. Luckily, he gets a bounce and I'm able to pen him. Get onto the perch, and at this point, I decide to pop a reload. 30-second reload isn't, it's not amazing, but neither is it terrible. Especially on this light tank. And for anybody that hasn't played this position, super strong area. Using this, you're able to dominate this area if their heavies decide to push in with complete safety, especially with how low this tank is. And then if they continue to play middle like this, or if anything gets spotted on this entire backline, you have shots on it just by moving up here. And you can also get shots on this area down here. So it's a pretty dominant position to take this entire middle area of the map from them, as well as this area from the map if they try to push up on your heavies. So I finished my reload. For whatever reason, I didn't shoot at that brass blind. Probably should have, but I see the STRV pushing up. Take a shot at him. Fortunately, I bounced the side of his turret. I know I'm lit, but at this point, I'm comfortable enough to know that I am such a small target, he's going to struggle to hit me. Even if I was in the same position and hadn't moved, he still would have missed that. But this really highlights the inaccuracy of the gun, especially for sniping like I'm doing right here. It is not ideal. Any other tank, most other light tanks, would be able to put out a significant amount more damage than me right now. But I was the one that won the position, so I'm just going to make the best of it. Get another reload done. Another clip on the STRV. I'm able to pen the first shot, pen the second shot. I overstayed a little too long and took a round from the Barask. Be honest with you, I was getting a little arrogant right there, knowing, nobody will be able to hit me. And paid for it with over a third of the HP in my tank. Well, I popped up a little bit just to see if I could get a cheeky spot at like max view range on those guys. Fortunately, I wasn't able to. At this point, I'm loaded, and I'm just waiting for something to happen. I did ask that Barask if he'd be able to light him for me. Their Barask's now lit. Nice aimed shots right here. I'm right on the edge of view range, not getting lit. Second one didn't go. That third one ended up hitting blind. And waiting for another reload. Still able to maintain this position. I'm seeing that our heavies are dominating theirs, so I don't have to worry about anything behind me. And now it's just a matter of trying to win the middle of the map. STRV didn't want to push over, rightly so, as we have more tanks than I can count right now, aiming directly at him. SU got lit. He's not in a position that I can shoot him though. Our Barask decided to go absolute man mode on that guy and push around. Relights their Barask. Some nice carefully aimed shots, smooth and slow. I'm able to put 3 into him. Fortunately, our Barask got taken out of the game. On to yet another reload. At this point, I'm up to, with the blind shot, around 2100 damage. I'm feeling pretty good, but we are down a couple tanks. So I'm a little concerned. I can't see what's going on the south side. They're outside my view range, so I'm not sure anything of what's going on over there, whether we're winning it or not. But, oh well. Take a couple blind shots of where that Barask was, hoping that I'd be able to get a kill on him. Neither of them hit, and then I looked down and realized the Barask moved, and wasted 30 seconds, fortunately. Oh well, waiting on reload again. And I'm loaded, already takes that Skoda out. I decide right now I'm safe enough, I'm not really concerned about their TDs. To take this high position, go for that 432. Nice smooth shots, and able to take him out of the game. And at this point, we take a commanding lead over them. 7-3. I decide to move out, try to play the tank more of an assassin than the sniper role I opted for this game. Shadow gets taken out, so I can't do much to him. I'm finally loaded. I did forget about that SU, to be honest. I end up spotting him right here. However, me driving directly in the open and him being on the top of that perch, he didn't spot me. I don't know if he's got a 50% cruise situation going on or what, but again, outlines the fantastic camo rating that this tank has. At this point, I've actually got the Arty mission going on for light tanks. So, I'm looking for Arty. Put 2 shots in the GW. And I'm saving the third one because I want to catch up that M53. Expecting him to be back here. Unfortunately, he's not, so I am absolutely racing down to try to find him before somebody else takes it from me. Finally see him, but it wasn't meant to be. And then it's just cleanup at this point. I ended up not getting any more shots out. Actually, no. I ended up not being able to put any more damage out this game. And that pretty much wrapped it up. Ended up getting 1,000 spotting, and then it was around 3,300 damage overall, and then a kill. Not the best game in the world, but it really highlights, again, some of those facets with the camo, the maneuverability, as well as the fact that this gun, even though it's not the best in the world, should absolutely not be chalked up to nothing. It can still certainly be lethal, and in the right position, you can still put out damage and you can still make a difference to your team. I should also note both those games, unfortunately, like I said, I never take pictures of the post-game stats for whatever reason, but they both were able to earn me an ace tanker, made well over 100,000 credits on both of them. Alright, for my concluding thoughts, if you're interested in light tanks or looking for something fun to break up what you're normally playing, ELC EVEN 90 is a great tank that I'd highly recommend you pick up. Find it to be a lot more unique than most of the other tanks in the game, which really adds to the fun you can have playing it. It's also one of the easier ones you can grab, as it is in the French tech tree and can be purchased with gold you already may have lying around. Best of luck, and if you do pick it up or already have it, do let me know what you think. Godspeed, boys.